Hi friends, you welcome to Shyam Institute. So then we are discussing 12th, 6th, 25 current affairs. So have a look at these headlines given here. World Day Against Child Labour. June 12th observed as a World Day Against Child Labour, and new Ramsar sites. Total now 91 Ramsar sites we have. UNO World Population Report. Birsa Munda, brand ambassador by Cipla Health. India's first underwater museum and virtual afforestation program. So these are some of the programs. In addition to this, then we will discuss some more points. The first one, then if you observe, the first one, geotagged 13-digit infra ID. Infra ID. This is the new concept. 13-digit, not a digital digit. It's a 13 alphanumeric. 13 alphanumeric ID card, infra ID, 13 alphanumeric. Alphanumeric in the sense alphabets and numbers. So this was introduced by Maharashtra government for their infrastructure programs, infrastructure development programs. For their infrastructure development programs, they introduced this particular 13 alphanumeric infra ID. So with this particular IDs, then simply by knowing this particular 13-digit number, which contains the codes, district code, the project code, likewise the serial number, likewise it contains 13 alphanumerics. By knowing this, then we can know the status of that particular infrastructure development program, where it is in, and then how much amount spent as of now, and then how much amount they are going to get spent, by which time then this particular program will get finished. All this information is incorporated in that particular ID. So that is a context here. So geotagged 13-digit infra ID introduced by the Maharashtra government, Maharashtra, by its Maharashtra Tourism Development Program. So Maharashtra, not tourism, Maharashtra government Maha government introduced this particular one, okay, this particular program, geotagged. So by looking this particular one, where this project is launched, and then how much time it will take to get finished this project, entire information will be known to the person then who is seeking that, okay. That's a context here. Moving to the next one, World Population Report. World Population Report, this was officially provided by UNFPA, United Nations Population Fund. These statistics are saying this. Let me give some points about UNFPA, then we will move forward. UNFPA officially was established in 1969 in New York, and then it started forecasting, it started estimating this population worldwide since then 1974. So here, like if you observe, the recent statistics are saying India stood at a top position in the most populous nations category, and then it announced that 146.39 crore population. India's population is 146.39 crores, the top country in the world. And then the next country is China. China's population is around 141.61 crores. That's the one. And then total fertility rate is 1.9. 1.9 is the fertility rate. It's a good one. 1.9 is a good one. 1.9 in the sense, for every mother, then at least 2 persons then they are coming with average. That is total fertility rate. 1.9 is equal to 2. That is the context here. So total fertility rate earlier 2, then now it is 1.9. For South Korea kind of countries, then if you observe, then that is 0.1, 0.2. Compare that, like India is having the 1.9, very good TFR, total fertility rate. And like these are the statistics here we have. In addition to this, then we have to look at these numbers, and youth population is rising. This is a very good symptom to the country. If the youth population is increasing year by year or day by day, certainly then they involve in the income generating activities. So then if they involve in income generating activities, certainly then the GDP of the nation will get increased. There is a context here. So like 0 to 14 years, years wise 0 to 14 years 24% public, 24% youth involved. 10 to 19 age group or years 17%, 10 to 24 26%, and 15 to 64 age group between 15 to 64, this is the very crucial one, India has 68%. For China and Japan, this particular age group 15 to 64 is less than 25%. So that is the advantage for India. 15 to 64 age group is more in any nation, that is the earning age. So generally demographic dividend, if you observe demographic dividend, this particular demographic dividend age group is 15 to 59, means these are the people earning age 15 to 59. So if the demographic dividend of a nation is more, certainly then the GDP will increase soon. That is the advantage to the India compared with the other competitors. There is a context. So like 68%, 15 to 64 age group is 68%, there is a context. And life expectancy, then how many years a male and female generally then survive here. Male context, male are 71 years, life expectancy of male is 71 years and female is 74 years. The life expectancy, male 71 years, female 74 years. Generally female life expectancy is more in general in every nation. There is a context here. So birth rate increasing states, birth rates are increasing in Bihar, Jharkhand and Uttar Pradesh. Birth rates are increasing. Birth rates are coming down in Delhi, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Birth rates increasing states Bihar, Jharkhand and Uttar Pradesh. Birth rates coming down in Delhi, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. That's a point. There's a point here. So then these are statistics here we have given by UNFPA, and moving forward and try to look at this particular question given which is related to the population, and like which sustainable development goal does UNFPA primarily support. So UNFPA supports in general like a sustainable development goals. SDG 1 no, is a zero hunger, it is not. One is, if one is not, then it is not possible. SDG 3 is about always is about a healthy life. SDG 4 is about quality education, and then SDG 5 is about gender equality. So SDG 3 sustainable development goal 3 a healthy life, sustainable development goal 4 quality education, SDG 5 gender equality. These are very required to consider under UNFPA statistics. So then these are available in second option. So our answer 2 is the correct one. Answer 2 or B. B is the correct answer for this particular question for us. So then moving to the next one, World Day Against Child Labour. So very important one. June 12th observed as a World Day Against Child Labour. So here we have the theme for the year 2025. Progress is clear, but there is more to do. Let's speed up the efforts. So officially this particular day is started observing by International Labour Organization, ILO. Then we have been following this particular June 12 as a World Day Against the Child Labour since then 2002. We have been following since 2002. And then here, like if you observe, according to ILO, the age group between 5 to 17 years, then they consider as a child labor. But in India, 5 to 14 age group, then we consider if they fail to have enough education, we call them as child labor. If they are working somewhere, then we call them as child labor. So child labor is a social issue in general in every nation. If in a right age, then if they fail to have enough education or quality education, certainly then it may get affect then when they grown up, and then in every step of their life, then they may regret that then they fail to have enough education. So to avoid that condition, then the government of India, the worldwide, to create awareness to the public, then they introduced June 12th as a World Day Against the Child Labor. So then giving enough priority to the children to allow them to continue their education, for the growth of the nation and the growth of the family as well. There's a point here. And moving to the next one, yes, new Ramsar sites. This the Ramsar sites concept, like this was officially like the new Ramsar convention. Ramsar convention was observed in 1971 Feb 2nd in Ramsar. Ramsar is a city in Iran. This convention was conducted in Iran. So then they started observing this particular sites. So these sites as wetlands or Ramsar sites. Ramsar sites. So Ramsar is the name of the city actually that is located in Iran. Then this particular convention, the wetlands convention, was observed in that particular city. That's why these are called Ramsar sites. And at the same time, then these are the February 2nd, Feb 2nd observed as a Wetlands Day. Wetlands Day globally. Observed as a Wetlands Day globally. Recently, then India's two places, two Ramsar sites then officially observed, and then two sites observed as wetlands. Those were 90 and 91. 90th one Kichan and the 91st one Menar. These two located in Rajasthan, and like you can look at this particular list of the Ramsar sites, like then the Ramsar sites, these were observed in 2025 year. So 6 are there here. Tirthangal bird sanctuary, wildlife sanctuary, that is from Tamil Nadu. Sakkarkottai bird sanctuary in Tamil Nadu, and Kichio-Parli wetland Sikkim, and then Udva Lake Jharkhand. So Kichan and Menar from Rajasthan. These are 6 Ramsar sites observed in 2025. With this number, the number raised to 91. India's Ramsar sites raised to 91. So comment here, then which country has more number of Ramsar sites? Which country having highest number of Ramsar sites? Try to comment here. Okay, that's the one. Moving to the next one, Birsa Munda. You can look at this particular person, the Birsa Munda, tribal leader who passed away in younger age. Then he raised a movement called Ho movement, Ho and Munda movement. He was passed away in June 9th, 1900. That June 9th observed by the government of India as a Janjatiya Gaurav Divas. Very special person. And then he was born in 1875, Ulihat of Jharkhand. He born in Jharkhand. So then he lived for only 25 years. He was a very active person, leader in this particular movement introduced by this Birsa Munda, Ho and Munda movement. So then you can look at this list of movements observed in major tribal revolts observed in India. The first was 1778, that was Paharia, Rajmahal Hills region, and Raja Jagannath was the leader. So then I am directly coming to the Ho and Munda, which is related to the Birsa Munda, which is observed in between region of Singhbhum and Ranchi, Chota Nagpur region. During the first dose was 1820 to 37, and the 1890 it was in high peak position. The movement was in high peak position. Raja of Parahat, Ho and Birsa Munda, 1890. 2 persons involved here, as I mentioned earlier. Then the first movement, Ho is Parahat, and this was 1827 to 1837, 1820 to 37. And Birsa Munda was active in 1890. So 2 persons involved here. Likewise, Ahom, Khasi, Kol, Santal, Kond, Koya. This Koya is observed in East Godavari, Koya. So East Godavari tract of Andhra Pradesh, that is the Rampa. Rampa is a place. And then Alluri Sitaramaraju, then movement leader or freedom movement leader here during 1879, 80, 1886, 1916. These particular movements are very active. Alluri Sitaramaraju. So Rampa revolt or Rampa revolution we call. And now then Rampa Chodavaram as well. There's a tribal area. There's a point. So that is all about Birsa Munda. I am moving to the next one. Next question. Which revolt was led by the Raja of the Parahat and later by the Birsa Munda. So that is the Ho and Munda revolt, is it? That's the point. So Khasi revolt no, Khond no, Paharia no, that is Ho and Munda. Answer C is correct. Answer C is absolutely correct. Moving to the next one, Siamese fireback. This Siamese fireback is a national bird of Thailand. National bird of Thailand, and recently observed in a Rani Khet of Uttarakhand. Rani Khet of Uttarakhand, and in the IUCN list this particular bird is in least concern, so no need to bother about this one. So n number of birds are there, but anyways then they are nowadays then they are affecting with the poaching concepts and those poaching and those, unlike this is more observed in Southeast Asia, particularly in Laos, Brunei, Vietnam, Thailand, etc. This is the national bird of Thailand, recently observed in Rani Khet of Uttarakhand. That's why we discussed this one. Siamese fireback. It looks like the color looks like a peacock, and like the style, its style is like a hen in general. Okay, that is a concept. Moving to the next one, brand ambassador by Cipla Health. Cipla Health recently announced Neena Gupta as a brand ambassador for a special campaign called Cipladine. Cipladine is a medicine which is used as a first aid medicine. So that is the reason they given a campaign slogan as Aapka first aid expert. What is the name of the campaign? Aapka first aid expert. So Cipladine is a medicine used for the best for first aid activities, first aid one. That's the point. Moving to the next one. Yes, India's first underwater museum. This was recently observed in Sindhudurga of Maharashtra, which is a marine museum. It is the marine museum. The Indian naval heritage, then they converted into museum, and then for tourism development. A particular naval ship, decommissioned naval ship, then they converted into a artificial coral reef museum. You can look at this particular museum. So then which can attract more and more tourists, because very first in India, and at the same time then the Madras Tourism Development Corporation spent around 46.91 crores to develop this particular project. So India's first underwater museum is observed in Sindhudurga of Maharashtra. That is a point. And the next one, 2025 Taiwan Athletics Open Championship. India has bagged around total 16 medals. India bagged 16 medals, that is the highest. India stood in first position, second Australia, third Japan. So India total 16 medals, 12 bronze, 3 silver and 12 gold, 3 silver and 1 bronze. That is the one. 12 plus 3 plus 1. Australia 7 plus 3 plus 4 and Japan 3 plus 4 plus 3. So 3 gold, 4 silver and 3 bronze. Total 10 medals. India 16 and Australia 14 and Japan 10. This is the context here. So then 12 this was observed from June 7th to 8th at Taipei, and then the Pooja, Rohit Yadav, Annu Rani and Jyoti Yarraji, Telugu states girl. These are active in this particular gold medals. So Pooja 800 meter and 1500 meter race, Rohit Yadav javelin through and Annu Rani female javelin through, and like here we have Jyoti Yarraji is a sprinter race. So as a whole India stood at first position in the Taiwan Athletics Open, second position by Australia and third by the Japan. That's the point. Moving to the next one. Yes, first state of the art e-waste park. E-waste park in the sense electronic waste park observed in Holambikalan of Delhi, then which was constructed in 11.4 acres of area, and like this is yearly, then with this particular program, with this particular park, around every year 51,000 metric tons of e-waste is cleared, and like worldwide India stood at third position in the e-waste management. So then try to comment here, what are the countries stood in first and second position in e-waste management? India stood at third position. So where this particular park is introduced? Holambikalan of Delhi. So then try to comment here. So what are the countries in first and second position in e-waste management? India stood in third position anyway. That is the context. Moving to the next one, and these are the current affairs for the day. We meet in next session with the continuation of this one. Thank you and all the best.